my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry oh why. Oh, I'ma cry oh why. Oh, I'ma cry oh why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry oh why. Oh, I'ma cry oh why. I'ma cry oh why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry oh why. Oh, I'ma cry oh why. I'ma cry oh why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, man, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional John Halls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, pretty much where we just take a little break from the sneaker talk, man. Pretty much, again, I do have the sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up, or of course, not only do we continue the sneaker talk, but of course we got a food section, a sports section, and a music section, you name it, man. So pretty much Music Monday, I kind of really just wanted to go on this like Dame Dash and Cameron / 50 Cent / beef again, but this is kind of like, since I only do Music Monday once a week, I didn't get a chance to actually get my thoughts out about the Breakfast Club interview that aired. I want to say it was like Tuesday, so pretty much it'll be a week from now tomorrow, right? Okay. Dame let it all out, man. Pause. No pun intended. But I feel like they also pretty much poked and exposed some areas too. I don't know any if it's true or not, but alleged and opinionated base. But Dame Dash, man, it's just not looking good for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying homie's struggling in any way, shape, or form, but he's been all over the place in so many ways, shapes, or form, man. And I'm like, yo, I just want to give my thoughts on that tonight. And then, of course, I also want to give an update on the Little Durk murder for hire trial. I'll start there, and then I'll work my way through the whole, like, Dame Dash and whole situation like that too. I guess Cameron has come out where they pretty much saying they will never be able to, reconcile things, which sucks because I wish they kind of could. Now, if you think of Dame Dash, especially in that Breakfast Club interview, I feel like this, man. You gotta still. It's about being professional. Granted, when you pull up to the Breakfast Club, they do kind of like just bombard you with all type of your questions. Now, you don't have to answer, but Dame Dash, I feel like he held his own, but at the same time, he knew that everything he said in that interview that Lauren LaRosa was gonna fact check that. You know what I mean? And so I'm surprised Charlemagne didn't give this guy Donkey of the Day. Now I think since then Dame has just thrown out a $300 million. He threatened to do it, right? I don't think he actually did it, which we already knew where that was gonna go, right? I mean, Dame Dash was going so far as to saying like he was pretty much over Revolt now, you know what I'm saying? Which we also knew that was kind of seems like a stretch, but I'm not saying it couldn't have been true. So I want to just make sure we break down that, and we'll talk about all the haymakers that Dame Dash kind of threw out there. Apparently, he even said that NBA YoungBoy was interested in buying his stake in Roc-A-Fella, but I mean, again, don't know how that's true, and I highly doubt NBA YoungBoy. The way his tour is doing and the way his fans is going crazy, I don't even think he has time to entertain little stuff. Not to saying this is like little, but he's not going to entertain stuff like this. That man out on the road getting the bag, and ain't no telling how many ladies, are just throwing themselves at him, right? But we'll start with the update on Lil Durk's murder for hire case and then work our way from there. As y'all commenting out, y'all let me know if the audio and visuals is looking good. I wanted to make sure I started on time as much as possible because I only wanted to be on this joint for like an hour. So sorry for, I guess you can say, starting a little later than normal. I started 30 minutes late. Granted, I technically could have started on time, but I just literally wanted to make sure I give myself time to get situated when I got up in the crib too. I mean, I had to run errands right after work and then set this joint up. Yeah, so pretty much I'm just now really getting settled at the crib. So y'all bear with the kid, but we're going to push through it because y'all know I don't like to complain at all. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to start with the Lil Durk murder for hire case, and then we're going to go down this I guess you can say I'm going to spend about probably 15 minutes on this Durk situation, and then we're going to go down this rabbit hole of Dame Dash and Cameron and this whole breakfast thing. Now, again, honestly, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and I think Dame, honestly, dog, I'm going to say this, right? And I know I'm probably not the person he wants to ever hear advice from because I'm a nobody. But to be honest, man, sometimes you just got to let your work speak for itself. You're doing all this, you instantly jump online and defend yourself, and, it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come across like, it always leads, all he does is really open up to more questions. You know what I mean? If you ask me, right? Okay. Let me touch the chat real quick. Looks like we do have Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? What up? What up? What up? So yeah, let's start this murder for hire. I believe Durk's case has been pushed back. Let this be a lesson, everybody, right? And again, I'm nobody's dad or boss like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be nobody's daddy or anything like that. But what I am saying is like, yo, if don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And at the same time, when you got too many hands in the pot, it's too many cameras and everything. Our phones are literally tracking devices, man. If you're gonna do that type of stuff, you gotta literally you gotta go completely old school with no technology, which is almost impossible to do, right? I'm not saying Lil Durk is guilty or not guilty because he hasn't been trial, so we don't know. But I mean, he ain't got bail yet. I'm not saying he won't get it, but it's my thing. Think about this, right? If you're gonna do these type of crimes, you know what I mean? This is my thing. You need to make sure you cover your tracks all the way. Even Melly, they not letting him out. And we're not going to get started on YNW Melly, but think about this. Even YNW Portland ended up taking the plea deal. You know what I'm saying? He thought it through too. You know what I'm saying? Because he know they're going to keep pushing it back. They're trying to because, they don't have, I don't think they can piece together a solid case. However, it just points to nobody but them. It's kind of like, if you think about it, off mode but on mode with O.J. Simpson type of trial. R.I.P. to O.J., man. Where, to be honest, if you think about the O.J. double murder trial joint, they didn't try to find any other suspects after that, this, that, and the third. Once he beat it, it was kind of like, it's over with. They gave up. You know what I mean? It's like, dog, because they said they know for a fact it was him. But again, he beat the murder trial, right? Okay, so I mean, that means he was innocent, right? I mean, by the law eyes, right? Again, y'all smash that like button as y'all coming and out. So let's just talk this Durk situation to start things off. And this is my thing too, and I want to say this, right? Yo, if you gotta pay somebody to do this, you gotta literally be like, it's kind of one of those. You don't want to be seen with them. You don't want to be known with them. You don't want because if anything leads back to you, they're gonna question you. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you slice it and dice it, dog. So my thing is like, it's almost impossible. Even if you think about this, like the people who took down the one dude, Julio Fulio, right? R.I.P. to him. They caught all four of those suspects, and mark my words, I have a feeling it's gonna be more to that story too. We're just waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? Again, no accusing nobody or nothing else, but I mean, it's kind of one of those, they still want to do the like, okay, why did these people do this? What caused this? What was the motive? You know what I'm saying? Like the murder for hire here with Durk, right? I'm pretty sure that now that they got all those people in custody and him, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be very, very suspect. That's all I'm saying. Again, I don't even want to think of the amount of attorney fees that I'm going to put it this way. I know back then, and I'm saying like roughly about 6-7 years ago, even if you're found not guilty, there's no evidence on you, if you got to take it to trial and you got to go to, I mean, this is probably, this nowadays, it don't even matter if you take it to trial. Like if you got a murder trial, you're looking at $100K. Even if they drop all the charges and if them attorneys got to do any form of work and show up before the official trial, that's already minimum $100K. You know what I'm saying? That's minimum. And let me clarify this. That's on the cheap end if you're lucky. I'm pretty sure this murder for hire case, this is $1 million case. You know what I'm saying? Probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it real. And this is probably if it goes to trial. You know what I mean? If it goes to trial. And again, him making all this stuff, like he's probably already got $250,000 already in on the joint already, minimum. You know what I'm saying? Durk them got to be feeling it. And whether these artists want to admit it or not, majority of the money I feel like is still made out on touring. You know what I mean? So when you go out on tour, that's where they really eat at. You know what I'm saying? But now you behind bars, not saying you're not making money, but you're making probably not as much as you normally would when you go on the road. You know, again, I don't know the music business like that, but that's just what I always thought it was plain to be. Look like Manny with the Kicks in the building says, Yerp, what up, Manny? He says, run it up. Appreciate that, Manny. Appreciate that. Y'all definitely smash that like button as y'all coming it out, man. So let's see what we got on the latest update for this Durk situation, which I'll keep it 100. At least he's been quiet behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? He dropped one album, and I think that's kind of just been it. Again, not too much talk about Durk or anything other than if you think about Young Thug, recently we heard him talking about Durk on those jail calls. So I'm hoping Durk is not doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure he's making phone calls, and he knows that stuff is recorded. And don't ask me how I can relate to this, but reality is, yes, it tells you whenever I would assume the person on the other end has to hear it too. But when I've had phone calls like that, before you even get to talk to the damn person, it explains, hey, this is going to be recorded, this, that, and the third. Don't do no three-way calling, even though people do it anyway, which, you know what I mean, that can get the other person in trouble, you know what I'm saying, and possibly you know what I'm saying, if you're the person that's doing that for them, you know what I'm saying, if you try to sneak contraband to them, it's so many things and rules when you get locked behind the wall. That's why it's like, honestly, man, if you can stay out of trouble, try to stay out of trouble, in my opinion, right? But let me share my screen here real quick. We'll go over the Durk situation first, and then we'll transition all the way onto Cameron and Dane them around like the 30-minute mark, because I'm like, dog, I have a feeling that's going to take a minute. So let me share my screen here, and boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. Says Little Durk murder for hire trial delayed till January. That's another thing. If you think about it, they can keep pushing this stuff back and have certain reasons. And usually the judge is kind of, you know what I'm saying, like, they will be like, whatever, unless you got unless he, is just wanting to get it over with too. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it says, the move happened against this rapper's wishes. And this was pretty much posted on September 20th. So just a couple days ago, right? Again, that's another thing too. The more it get pushed back, I'm pretty sure they may try for bail again, but that don't mean if the judge already granted it said no like 3 times. I mean, I know what they say. Don't give up hope. But, yo, it is what it is. Let's see where we at real quick. It says AGMC says, yo, it's 12 people watching. Let's go, gang goofy. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, I don't know if that was a diss at me or not. But anyway, let's go through the first one. It says, the start date of Lil Durk's trial has officially been pushed back to January 2026. So pretty much at the top of the year. But who's to say it won't get pushed back again? Now, Durk I think he's been locked down for what, since September, if I'm not mistaken? Or let me double check this, because I'm pretty sure they're going to cover it in this article. But if not, we will definitely do the research real quick. But it says, as Complex previously reported, the trial, Chicago rapper has been charged with conspiracy and intention to commit murder for hire, was likely to be postponed in 2026 due to its unusual and complex nature. While the other defendants in the case were in favor of the pushback, Durk disagreed with the attempt and wanted the trial to happen in October. I mean, because I'm pretty sure he's thinking like, you don't want to give these people that much time to prepare. That's usually why people say they like a speedy trial, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And what the attorneys probably is hoping to do is if they can pretty much find like errors that the prosecution made and get the case thrown out and get the person on bail. You know what I'm saying? It says, in new documents filed in federal court on Wednesday, September 17th, the judge in the case has signed off on the change, pushing the trial date back to January 2026 with pre-trial conferences date of January 7th. The stipulation again deems the case complex due to the volume of evidence and the number of defendants, causing it to be unreasonably to unexpect preparation for pre-trial proceedings or for the trial itself within time limits. It says the delay applies not only to the rapper's co-defendants, but also to Durk himself, despite the objections. So again, even though he, quote unquote, didn't do the crime, but they're saying that he's the guy who tried to pay for this joint and get it done. I mean, I don't know, but I know they did have certain things on file. So that's something you got to keep in mind too, right? So again, I'm going to say this too before I get to the last part of this article, man. Hey, I get what he had, everybody keeps saying was going to slide for Von, you know what I'm saying? Again, again, he got to know how much attention this stuff be on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was moving low key, but the stuff is still floating around and people are paying attention, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to keep in mind, you got the internet detectives as well. You know what I'm saying? Which really don't make it any better. As the case has seen a number of controversies this year, from claims that Durk threatened witnesses to the rapper accusing an FBI informant of being unreliable. Where we at real quick, it says, Lil Durk was charged with murder for hire and possession of a firearm last October after it was alleged that he ordered only the family members to carry out the hit on a Savannah rapper, Quando Rondo, in 2022 in Los Angeles. Keep in mind, Quando Rondo is serving time right now, but I'm assuming he will be out soon, right? Because I think he took a plea deal for sure. But if you think about it, this happened last October, and here we are pretty much rolling right into October. Durk's been locked down for a year. Now, let's compare this to Thug slightly real quick with that, say that, right? Thug, if I'm not mistaken, was locked down for 3 years and took a plea deal. You know what I mean? And then you saw all the stuff that kind of went off the backlash of him. And you notice a lot of people not really rocking or speaking with Thug right now. He kind of like in limbo land. You know what I'm saying? Which, to be honest, I don't think it's fair that those jail calls got leaked. But at the same time, it still wasn't a good look or good light for Thug. Where we at real quick? Let me see. It says only family to carry out the Quando Rondo in 2020 in Los Angeles. It says during the incident, Rondo's cousin Savannah Robinson was killed after being in a car with the rapper. The shooting was alleged to have been in retaliation of the 2020 murder of Durk's late friend and only the family signee, King Von. Although he accused the shooter was Timothy Lil Tim Leaks, felony murder charges against Leaks were dropped in 2023. Now, I'm not sure. I think I did cover, obviously, of the official drop of that. But, I mean, to be honest, he had every leg to stand on to say that he did that in self-defense. Now, you be the decision maker of whether you think it was self-defense or not. But my thing is, it was if you look at the video, and I don't know what happened all before that, But it looked like Quando Rondo was getting the brakes beat off of him by Von, and then Lil Tim them took action. You know what I'm saying? But from what I got from it, King Von people them retaliated too with fire. So I mean, everybody kind of got hit with something. You know what I'm saying? Now keep in mind too, Durk and NBA YoungBoy are not necessarily on the best of terms either. And I did hear that, NBA YoungBoy had a few, disses and shots to go out on tour too. But I mean, it is what it is, because both of these gentlemen have been back and forth through that whole debacle of all that, right? Okay, so if you think about it, honestly, if we could just come together as people and strengthen numbers, it would be so excellent, where we wouldn't have to go through these type of things where we're all going against each other, especially taking each other out, man. Sometimes, you know how they say, sometimes they just let the animals wipe themselves out and then they catch the big dog. You know what I'm saying? But I do applaud Durk for just kind of keeping a low profile, man. I mean, to be honest, and I'm not saying it's easy in any way, shape, or form being locked down, right? Okay, I've known of countless of people who've done it, and all of them tell you don't want to go through the joint. It sucks, and I ain't trying to find out the hard way. So pretty much that's the update for Lil Durk's murder for hire. So let's go ahead and transition on to this Dame Dash and I guess Breakfast Club interview and all the rumors and stuff that kind of floated around with that. And I think we'll start right here with the NBA's YoungBoy situation right here. So pretty much, again, Dame Dash said it. I'm just here to kind of read what's out there. Dame hasn't been in the best of look, and to be honest, I don't know. You can tell Kanye was under that umbrella because they really kind of remind me of each other a lot. And again, Dame is going out, in my opinion, sad. To be honest, dog, all he has to do is keep a low profile and chill. If you really getting the money and getting the deals you say you're getting, then cool. But, he's getting lawsuits left and right. I don't care what nobody says. That stuff, adds up. You know what I'm saying? He did make a recent, apology video, which I'll close out with that, where he pretty much saying he didn't want to fight no more. He don't want to go back and forth and how he felt about it. To be honest, dog, he shouldn't have did that to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Just let the media run with what they run with. You know what I'm saying? Because everything you say, everybody kind of come back out at you. You know what I'm saying? Even the one chick that was on the Breakfast Club a little bit, she even had a video and said, don't get me to talking. You know what I'm saying? Dame, to be honest, dog, just lay low. Just whatever you're doing, handle your business. I'm not saying don't work and don't grind, but just lay low, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a bit much going on right now, and your name is too much attached to it, in my opinion. And I respect Dame and the legacy behind him and what Roc-A-Fella them built. You know what I'm saying? Again, he is, obviously, you don't make, I was told everybody's going to make a milli, but you don't make multiple millions by mistake, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, it says NBA YoungBoy alleged offered Dame Dash $2 million to purchase Roc-A-Fella State. Again, don't know if this is true, but this is kind of one of those things that's been floating around too. It says Cameron made the claim while blasting Dame over a failed Roc-A-Fella deal. So this all comes from him and Cam have been beefing for quite some time. And I will, after I transition from here, I'll go into Cam where he says he don't know if they can ever pretty much reconsolidate things, you know what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, under that Roc-A-Fella umbrella used to be Cameron, right? Okay, so I mean, to be honest, he comes from under there, and a lot of those guys obviously had to come out in survival mode. Majority of the people that you remember from Roc-A-Fella, really, you don't hear much about them if you're gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Cam doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Jay-Z doing his thing. Dame, that's not a good look. But majority of the rest of the people that's been on there, you don't hear too much from them. If you think of Benny Siegel, you know what I'm saying? Not too much talk about him. And he probably wants to keep a low profile, but these were some of the top dogs at Roc-A-Fella that were really rapping their you-know-what off. Freeway, you know what I'm saying? He's doing positive things, but he's not up there. Not too many people under that Roc-A-Fella camp are still doing their thing. Now, Kanye came from under that Roc-A-Fella umbrella, and he was doing his thing for a little bit, and yeah, he's still good and he ain't struggling, but I mean, you saw what happened with 2022 Kanye all the way to now. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is just a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Again, all this came from under that umbrella. Some of them are in the hustle mode. Some of them are just, we don't know where they are. You know what I'm saying? I can name off several groups that come to mind when I think of it. But it says Dame Dash might have fumbled not one but two seven-figure business deals during the latest episode of the Revolt Talks with Flea. Cameron continued to call out Dame in his heated interview on the Breakfast Club, which Let me just go ahead and pull that up in a separate tab too, because he takes swings at Cameron on it. I mean, he takes swings at Charlemagne too. So I want to make sure I get this covered too, so we can make sure we cover all this. And yeah, Cameron Dame Dash breakfast interview. Cam blast him over that, but we're gonna make sure we cover all this. Pretty much where we at real quick. It says. After accusing Dame of mixing up the truth with lies, Cam made a bold claim about his hip-hop mogul previous stake in Roc-A-Fella Records. Said the label he co-founded with Jay-Z and Kareem Biggs Burke. Cam said he and Mace offered Dame $1 million to purchase his 33.3% stake in the company. However, Dame alleged dismissed this deal because NBA YoungBoy had offered him double. He says, I've never known Dame to be a liar, but the way he was mixing the truth with the lies, bro, that was really, really disappointing, Cam said. For instance, just one of the scenarios, he was like, yo, Cam and Mace, they didn't really want to buy my third of Roc-A-Fella. They were just doing that to tease Jay-Z. This is what they're saying. Says, Cam acknowledged that Mace and Dame have never had the best relationship, but when Mace saw that Dame was on the book for $800K, he wanted to help by purchasing the Roc-A-Fella shares. Mace was like, yo, nah, bro, we can let this N-word go out like that, Cam recalled. So I called Dame. I said, yo, Mace want to help out. We got $1 million. He was like, well, I don't know, because YoungBoy NBA called and me up, and he's got $2 million. He's like, all right, cool. We just wanted to get Dame out the news for looking bad. So it was like, all right, cool. It wasn't that serious. And then Cam said NBA YoungBoy offer fell through. So Mace continued to reach out to Dame in an effort to lock down a deal. Dame allegedly took the duo to just wait on it, he said, and another $6 million offer in the works. So again, it went from he had $2 million that fell through the works with NBA YoungBoy. Again, whole lot of a legend in the opinion database. I don't know. And then he had another $6 million in the works. This is what he tells them the second time. It was like, so Mace is like, bro, you can have $1 million today in your account. Today. Today, Cam continued. I can just hear him saying this. Devon in the building says, what up, Devon? Y'all smash that like button as y'all coming in and out. Says, 3 weeks later, Dame allegedly came to Cam back and asked if they still wanted to purchase his Roc-A-Fella estate in the $1 million. But by that time, Cam and Mace had lost interest. Let's see real quick. Devon says, this ain't going anywhere. I mean, he said, yeah, I admit, man. So, I mean, I don't want to sit here and go down there. He says, this case ain't going anywhere. It won't go far. This is my thing. I don't think he's going to. I think he was just threatening to take legal action. I don't think he's actually going to do it, because, I mean, to be honest, you got to have money. And even if you got an attorney that's going to work pro bono, is it worth it, right? All those bigger lawsuits, and I'm not going to say any names or throw anybody out there, but all those bigger lawsuits where people took on the case and won, I want to bet, like, case in point, we just think like, okay, cool, the person who settled out with Shannon Sharp per se, yeah, she got X amount, right? But, and this is all alleged, right? Because we don't know the full amount, because they settled out of court. But if she got a big check, the attorney got a nice one too. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she living good, but he living good too. They don't, even if they work in pro bono, they eventually get paid if they win, right? He said, Dame and Mace ain't picking up. I don't think he wants to do it, Cam said. Dame tries to use reverse psychology on me and be like, oh, you got to wait on an N-word to bust a move. He says, you ain't bust your own moves. No, I can't, Dame. I can't bust my own moves. I'm not feeding into that. No, I have $500K and Mace got $500K. Cam claimed he and Mace plan to buy Dame's ownership and sell it for $100,000 profit. They would then give Dame $1 million back so he could have some bread. Wow. So that's what their intentions was. But I mean, clearly that went left. He says, we weren't trying to get at Jay-Z behind closed doors. We really was just trying to give you money so you could get the F out of the news for owing $800K, Cam continued. We felt embarrassment for you. The Dipset rapper and it said he was glad the deal fell through because he always knew it was a bad investment. He says in 2024, Dash was forced to sell his stake in Roc-A-Fella to satisfy a 2022 lawsuit judgment. Says the state of New York ultimately purchased his shares for $1 million. Wow. Let's see where we at real quick. Devon says, it won't go far. Man of the Kick says, have a good night, bozo. Oh, wow. You deleted. Oh, wow. I saw me coming in there. I didn't know if he was dissing me or not. I personally, you know me, man. I don't really, it ain't much you can really do to like really, get underneath my skin. You know what I'm saying? Devon says, play goofy games, get goofy prizes. Man, y'all look out for blood on this joint, man. But I don't blame y'all. You know what I'm saying? So where we at real quick? Let's go ahead and go to the next topic. We're gonna skip this, and then this is pretty much that Breakfast Club interview that pretty much kind of sparked this whole situation, right? Okay, and then we'll get caught up to speed right here on the next ones right there. So where we at? Let me get through this one real quick. Appreciate that for handling business, fellas. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. I trust your judgments as always. It says Dame Dash swings at Charlemagne's head. After he tries to hold it during the Breakfast Club interview. Interesting. He says Dash seemingly caught himself at the last second before inflicting major pain. Let's see where we at real quick. And this is the interview right here. I'm not going to play the whole joint because it could last forever. I wish they would just do like a compilation part of this, but interesting. This is not probably the best thumbnail to get for Dame too, but I mean, to be honest, he knew what he was getting into when he came up there. You know what I mean? Let's see. Devon says, believe it or not, Dame Dash has a point how Breakfast Club is all about Roc Nation. I mean, it comes across like that. Again, I can see why he says that. Again, Dame Dash doesn't always have the best delivery either, if we're going to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Devon says, lo and behold, the next day, Jay-Z Roc Nation team casino for Times Square got rejected. Yeah, I did hear about that as well. Says, Dame Dash seemingly tried to smack Charlemagne the guy's hand away after the radio host attempt to hold it. Says the situation unfolded during Dame Dash's latest visit to the Breakfast Club, where he had both antagonized and was antagonized by the show host, particularly Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy. Now, you remember whenever he had like checked Envy that one time, like years ago, where pretty much he was like, you got a boss. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a boss? You know, he checked them very, very fiercely. And he was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's kind of like Envy couldn't wait to hear some more negative news about him. Not that Envy thinks like that. No pun intended. That's just his name. But obviously, I can't really fault Envy for, well, hell, he, you know what I mean? The tables are turned. You know what I'm saying? I can't fault Envy for that one. Devon says, the Breakfast Club was defending Roc Nation, so Dame was right. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it was just about them trying to defend Roc Nation, but they was trying to get a point across him that obviously that wasn't going to work. You know what I mean? In my opinion. It says, after several tense back and forths, conversations about whether whether Dash is broke, if Charlemagne, it says if Charlemagne is gay, rather DJ Envy is getting investigated for a RICO. Emotion stem ran high when Charlemagne attempted to tell Dash about his habits around the 41:20 mark. So I may play some of this real quick just for that. Probably just a little snippet. I'll play around that 41-minute mark where we talk right here, because this is kind of one of those, if you didn't check it out, and I'm going to play this right here, see if I can get to the 41-minute mark. Because to be honest, Dame looked like he was about to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to play a little bit of this, just a little snippet of this Breakfast Club interview. Because you know it just kind of went down for that. I want to say fair use real quick, everybody, real quick. Let's see. Where we at? Let's see if we can play
those people went bad.
I didn't say that. I said those companies went bad. You're dumb. I said the companies I started, because that's what you do. You twist things around, and that's what's dangerous about you, and that's gay.
You ever heard Ronald Reagan say, if you're explaining, you're losing? You ever heard that saying?
I don't care,
bro. You explain a lot.
You asked me a question. So you asked me a question, and then when I explained, so wait a second. Did that make any sense, or did that sound dumb? We're doing an interview.
But you're always explaining something.
Because I'm doing interviews.
It's like you're always on camera explaining what's going on in your life.
And you're always on camera talking about other people like a girl.
So are you.
No, I'm not. Okay, let's unpack that.
Come on, Dan.
No, I'm about to.
I missed that part, and I was watching the interview, but I was also at work, so I was more so listening to the interview too. But yeah, fair use for sure. Where we at real quick? The Breakfast Club was offending where that one. Devon says MB's wife ran his relationship. I mean, I'm not gonna let that slide, Devon. I get what you're saying, but on some real ish, majority, right? And I'm not trying to take up for MB. But majority of guys who are in a relationship, what are they saying? They the man in the house and run that. Ladies run that house. You know, the majority of it, ladies run the house. I mean, in so many shape or form. Because if your wife ain't happy, trust me, you not finna be happy either. You know what I'm saying? You even if she quiet and just taking it or whatever, pause. Like, and I'm talking about like your stuff she not happy with and she just being there being miserable. You gonna feel that energy one way, shape, or form. So I get it. Happy wife, happy life. I mean, I feel like that's kind of how it is. You want your girl happy, man. So I can't really fault him for that. Devon says fair use. Appreciate that. So, yeah, again, I don't want to fault him for that. And then we're going to read through the rest of it. It says, it's like you always on camera explaining what's going on in your life, says Charlamagne. Dash came back immediately with what he thinks is one of Charlamagne's habits, and you're always on camera talking about other people's girl, he said. Again, this was really one of those, it was an aggressive interview. Let's see. Man on the Kick says Dame made him step up, and even though MB started scamming, got caught up. This is my thing, dog. He did. I mean, to be honest, Dame, he gave the game to him. Because think about this. MB act like he got a clean slate through. And the only reason they don't really get talked about that much because they are one of the biggest, like, I guess you can say hip-hop outlets for, like, news. So, I mean, they talk, MB addressed it, but then he left it right there. And then his partner, you know what I mean, he kind of left him out dry, but he claims he didn't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say Charlamagne responds of, so are you prompted Dame Dash to ask the room to unpack what happened? He says, while naturally swinging his hands in the air while talking, Charlamagne took the chance to reach over if he was about to hold Dame Dash's hand, and a blurred Dash cocked his hand back and seemingly attempted to slap the radio host's hand in the white-hot intensity of the thousand suns. But as soon as he started, he pulled back in earthly shattered power at the very last second as if he caught himself from making a terrible mistake. He says, I'm about to, you don't do that, it says Dash as Charlamagne antagonistically chuckled behind him. Says Dash nearly left the interview afterwards, but decided to stick around to continue the conversation. Yeah, he had threatened to leave several times. Like, honestly, I think it was like he is setting to like leave like right when he got there. You know what I'm saying? Because they were cutting him off and he don't like that. So, you know, Dame Dash, he got set, you know, side of him where he don't play that. You know? Dash attempted physically destruction of Charlamagne's hand wasn't even the wildest part of the interview. Elsewhere in the conversation, Dash responded to Charlamagne's claim that he pretty much, he says, the internet has got your head crazy by calling him a girl. Says, how do you know, Dame? Ash, he says, you don't come outside. There's no windows in here. It says, this is crazy. Look at the dark curtain. Y'all behind the stage of a curtain. Y'all are in a coffin. He says, I would never. This is uninspiringly dirty and all that ish. You're a girl. You're clean this ish up. So, I mean, yeah, I would say the interview was pretty aggressive, which I get it. And that's just how it goes. And I'm not really surprised to see that at all. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you had to get this stuff here. I know they said Cameron took shots at him on the Fantasia freestyle, which I probably wouldn't mind hearing this joint. I'm very curious if this is like what type of beat it used, but I may try to see if I can play the joint for fair use just a little bit, just to get a little coming on. But I'm gonna save it towards the end of this joint anyway, man. I'm gonna be on this joint roughly for about like another 15 minutes. But I'm gonna try to save that part for the last part of the joint. But I do want to hit a freestyle. I'm not gonna read through the whole joint, but I do want to just see if we can play a little snippet of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's fair. Where we at real quick, it says, this is the explosive Breakfast Club interview. It says, you don't got no teeth. Well, Cameron did say that. He says, Cameron accused Dame Dash of lying about the Revolt TV deal, which, according to the Breakfast Club and what was reported the next day, they said that was true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that it's true that he didn't get the deal at Revolt like he claimed. So I do want to throw that out there. Again, I think this is Dame Dash Cameron responding to Dame Dash about this joint. So fair use. Want to make sure I play every little snippet that I can on this joint for sure. So this is Cameron, I think, where he was speaking on the joint. Jeez. Let's see real quick. Let's see what's gonna Oh, he's got that 50 Cent on, and I probably can't play it because it's in the background. But again, he did say what he needed to say. I'll probably read through the snippets on that joint. And then Dame Dash hits Cameron with a $300 million lawsuit, apparently, but it was just a threat. I bet you'll shut the F up. Where we at? Dame accusing Cam of defamation, harassment, and more. Dog, if that was the case, you should have hit that with everybody, not just him, because everybody's been kind of coming at you. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this, but I don't think he actually did it. And again, to take somebody to trial, not cheap. Dame Dash hasn't taken kindly to the latest remarks of Cameron with the $300 million legal threat, now said to be on the table. Thursday, September 18th, Dame took to Instagram to detail his claims against Cam, and after it is what it is, co-host alleged that YoungBoy never broke again, once offered $2 million to purchase Dame Dash Roc-A-Fella estate. Cam is seen here. Also recently responded to Dame's much headline Breakfast Club appearance by saying he was lying about multiple topics. You're a flagrant liar, Cam said, who also argued that Dame's word doesn't count no more because you don't got teeth. On IG, Dame shared screenshots of what appears to be a former letter, which is notice sent to the accused party in an effort to avoid an actual going to court. Dame Dash and family officer sends the man's letter to Cameron for $300 million lawsuit. Interesting. So, again, I didn't know Dame was going to do all that. Again, I don't want to sit up here and it's kind of crazy how these guys all used to work together at one point. Now, I'm not going to read through all the garbage and all this or the gossip on this joint, but I do want to get one of the latest ones right here. I think this is the latest one coming out of from Cameron, you know what I'm saying? And then we will talk the last one from Dame Dash to get things up here, and we'll try to get that freestyle in for like the last like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or whatever. But it says Cameron isn't interested in reconciling with Dame Dash at this point of no return. He says pretty much, he says, where we at? All I did was not pick up the phone up and you kept going on the internet looking for internet sympathy. Cameron doesn't plan to being cool with Dame Dash again because their relationship has reached a point of no return. On a new episode on the Talk with Flea podcast, Cam addressed whether he thinks he can mend his relationship with Dash and who he's been having some very public issues with recently. He says, I'm at the point of no return because that was totally unnecessary, said Cam about their beef around the 33-minute mark. That way I went out for me didn't always go to public. So let's see if we can get to 33 mark on this joint real quick. So we're saying about right here-ish. So I want to make sure I get some of this joint. So we'll go here because it's hard to get it public perfect. So let's see if we can play this joint. Fair use, by the way.
They have rubbed other people the wrong way.
How do you feel right now? Is this the point of no return? Or you just, because I know both of y'all are stubborn. I do know that about both of y'all. And, you know, I don't think forgiving, it's really not that serious to me, but maybe he may take it another way. But is it like, you know, like a what's up, nigga, down the line, do you think? Or is there a point of no return? Because I heard Memphis Bleak said, like, I guess what he said about Jay, there's never no going back on that one. And, you know, what he said about him was kind of crazy. But anyway, true or false, I'm asking you. And I'm not asking for right now. I'm asking for what you think about later. Because that is your boy since you was little. So what you think about that?
No, I'm at the point of no return. I'm at that point. Because this was totally unnecessary. For me, it was totally unnecessary. And the way it went about, for me, it didn't have to be public. It didn't have to be all this. All I
Fair
said,
use, by the way.
I hate repeating how this started. I didn't pick the phone up. All I did was not pick the phone up, and you keep going on the internet looking for internet sympathy, like he's doing now. He's carrying on. Dame, I'm the one who set up Dame Instagram. I'm really sorry I set up the Instagram. It's too.
Wow. So he said he's the one who set up Dame Instagram. It says, all I did was not pick up the phone. We kind of just read that. He just kind of said that part. But it says Cam has reiterated that the issue with Dame wasn't that he had problems with each other. It's because the latter went public with the dispute. He says, it isn't like me and Dame haven't had disputes before, but nobody ever knew that. claimed Cam. He says, when we got problems, you never heard those problems from me. I just didn't pick up the phone. I didn't return to the internet. Cam then suggested another reason for their dispute is to criticize the 2018 film Horror Up, you know what I'm saying, which Dame directed and co-wrote. Whether the reason of their issues Dame's made to the public when he mentioned Cam during his now viral interview with the Breakfast Club. After a release, Cam dropped a video verbally attacking Dame Dash and his credibility. I ain't know you be lying like that, yo, he said Cam. Then he told me, but you know when it's a N-word, your man, you don't pay attention to a lot that ish. Yeah, I guess what he's saying, like when you got a person like that on your team already, you kind of tend to zone them out is what Cameron's kind of getting at. Says, I didn't know, bro, that you was a fragrant liar like this, man. Now look, Talk with Flea comes on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Revolt. So yeah, that's pretty much if you want to catch the whole gist of what to kind of expect of that as well. Last part, it says, this N-word called Revolt last week and say he wants to put his content on Revolt channel. Cam continued, and so when I found out, I called my man Fendi because I knew that Fendi and Dame speak. He says, I said, yo, tell Dame I'll put my shows on my slot on Revolt if I can executive produce the shows. So he's saying, like, he was saying, Dame, you can put your shows on my slot if you let him be executive producer, you know, but he had to know Dame wasn't going for that one, even though I guess he thought he did at first, but then no. He says, what it seems like another personal jab at Cam. Dash reflected another moment where the rapper allegedly burst into tears when they found out that there were drugs in the car in an incident. Dash revealed that the alleged anecdote during the interview that the art of dialogue, I never sold a drug with Cam. He said, know why? Because when I was young, I was on that way of the hill, me, him, and Big L. I made a left at Amsterdam into a checkpoint and I didn't have a license. He says, I was like, yo, I think I can get out of this, but I want to let y'all know I got 3 bricks in the car, but I'll wear it. Dash continued. He says, Cam started crying, man. He told us right then and there he would put himself into protective custody. Oh my God. I don't know if this is true. This is what Dame Dash said, though. Says in the midst of their back and forth, Dash sent Cam a $300 million legal threat in the form of a demand letter. Says, I've never hustled with Cam, Damn wrote. Says, wrote in the caption of the Instagram post featuring screenshots of their letter. He's a civilian, but he's in effing with my family office and now made my wife and 2 of my sons uncomfortable. I would never do that, anything violent, and I don't want anyone that loves me to do anything violent. So this is the only way I can handle this. So this is my version of how the Godfather handled Fredo. Dame continued. I knew I was going to be the one of my brothers. I just didn't know it was going to be you, bro. And that does make me sad. We just have that judge decide like businessman, and I don't find it funny. He says, unfazed, Cam seemingly addressed Dash on a Snaggle 2 freestyle over the beat of Fantasia's When I See You Afterwards. So pretty much we're going to play that part, but then let's play Dame's where he did his part where pretty much he says he doesn't want to beef with them no more. I'm pretty sure we can find that Instagram snippet on here, which is where it is right here. I'm going to play this joint right here. Now, this is fair use. Dame Dash sitting in a chair or in a swing with his shirt off. Why? But, I mean, it is what it is. So here we go right here. Boom. Let's see if we can play this.
So
4 minutes long, by the way. Fair use.
Looking at the view. And I'm thinking, like,
fair use.
Beefing with Cam? And the only reason why is because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk to me, but almost every OG from Harlem and everyone I respect is like, yo, cut this shit, it's embarrassing. So, you know, Daniel spoke to Cam and we could resolve this. I just want to talk to him.
He sounds like he's in his feelings right now. He said, I just want to talk to him, this and a third. But on the Breakfast Club and all that stuff after that, you was like, yo, handle this, handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you going to be about it? But then now I mean, I guess maybe because he's calmed down.
It's over. And if you need to, you know, because we can't publicly have us as black people beefing with each other. That's just what they want. They use us to tear each other down. They don't do it. We do it to ourselves, but they usually pay us to do it. And I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I'd prefer to squash this. I want to apologize to Harlem because I know this was embarrassing for Harlem. And I'm man enough, but you know, the thing is, in Harlem, we deal with things different. It also comes with violence. And I can't be violent, and I won't be violent.
So he's saying he's not going to be violent. He knows what it is. He's trying to send the apology and be the, he's trying to take the, I'm going to be the bigger man route, right? Okay?
And I don't want any of my friends to be violent. My job is to keep them out of jail. So the only way I can deal with things, to keep certain things out of the algorithm, is to answer as soon as somebody says something. And my version of violence is just lawsuits. If I could take it to the streets, I would, but we can't. And the Italian Godfather, part 2, he killed his brother. The black Godfather don't kill his brother. He teaches his brother. So, again, if y'all want to sit down and work it out, I don't even want to be a part of that project.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to sit down and work it out with you, dog. I mean, I get what he's trying to do, but at the same time, dog, look how you handled things. You know what I'm saying? You think you're handling stuff like a boss, and maybe it's just something I'm missing out on. But I mean, this is the route you should have took the first time. You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it real.
That y'all doing, I don't really understand what it is. But I feel like 50, Cam, me, if together we show that we could be beefing, pause, and then come together and maybe do a TV show together, something different. Or a movie or something, just showing the world that we can work together. And we would prove everyone wrong. They love us.
I don't think that 50 would work with any of his, like, you know what I'm saying? The only person I've seen 50 about squash beef with is like Fat Joe. Everybody else is kind of like he's still out for blood, low key. Let's just keep it real.
Tearing each other down, and I'm not doing that shit. And I apologize to my OGs for embarrassing y'all. But I just wanted to talk to him.
Manny, I completely agree. Says it's way too late now, Dame. I mean, I ain't gonna say better. I'm gonna say better late than never. But at the same time, dog, I mean, look how you been handling things. You know what I'm saying? Probably should have took that route with Jay. You know what I'm saying?
And he finally talked to, you know, he finally replied when I hit him with the lawsuit, and I was like, nah, not go talk to Daniel. And if you want to, Daniel, if you want, please arrange us to have a sit down. You know, you can bring who you want. And also 50, you're invited too. But instead of us talking about each other on fucking social media like clowns, let's sit down and talk like real men. Let's take this off the street. The street right now is the internet, and this shit is corny.
I mean, I agree, but you keep running to the internet. You shouldn't even have to. This is my thing. He shouldn't even run to the internet to begin with. If you think about this, if you look at Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Homie just handles his business, his deals, and keeps it moving. They report and put his stuff out there like the casino deal where it fell through, this and a third, but you don't hear Jay-Z getting on somebody's social media and having a frenzy. He may flips out behind the scenes that we don't know about, but there's not a camera in front of him like that. You know what I'm saying? You giving yourself an audience. And I agree with what somebody told me. I think it was you, Divine. You were like, yo, I get it. Some of this stuff is none of our business, but when you start putting it out to the public like this, you make it people's business. You know what I mean?
So I don't want to fight with y'all no more. Now, iHeart, that's different. And Revolt, the Tavio, same thing. You stopped replying to me 2 days before I went to the Breakfast Club, but I don't work for you. I am the chairman. When I'm on Revolt with my content, I'm the chairman because I don't talk to your staff. I talk to mine, which I have. I'm the chairman of America New when it's on Revolt. So to me, if the Breakfast, I won't get into it, but we can have a sit.
He has said that he was the chairman of Revolt, and people said that came out where that was not necessarily true. Maybe there was talks of it, but I don't think it was actually like a deal that went through. I don't know.
I'm not going to stop legally. I'm going to respond. That's what I didn't do before, and this is what I've learned. This is the only way I could fight. But you're not going to line me up and set me up. So you can come to the conversation as well. Bring who you want. Charlemagne, you're not invited. I need real men, pause, masculine. We need to speak like masculine men in each other's eyes and deal with all those problems. So I'm still, if y'all coming at me, pause, I'm gonna always hit back.
I mean, yeah, Dame, but you got to hit back with some facts too, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to be able to prove your stuff other than some regular like screenshots that anybody can make up, you know what I mean? Because you know the odds are against you. I'm not saying what Dame's saying isn't true, but I'm saying the odds is against you, big dog.
But I'd rather squash this. Pause. And this is please don't take my grace as weakness. We're in front of a lot of people, and this is not the right example. Later.
Wow, that was filmed too perfectly. Did you see how he did the joint where they told, dude, you're not supposed to tell the person. That's how I was wondering if somebody was filming this or he had it sitting on a stand. But anyway, man, and here's the Cam freestyle real quick. I'm gonna see if I can play it, but they said it's over a Fantasia beat, so I don't want to get strike down, but I'm gonna see what I can play right here just for a little bit for like the last hour of this joint. So real quick.
I been that nigga, my nigga, I had the proof. Before Q got it from joint. Bishop, I had the juice. Listening to Pac, homie, I ain't mad at you. It's just
this
disappointing when your OG turn snaggle.
It's only 2 minutes.
On the phone, I'm looking at the drag. Flashing money on the gram and know we brag. What? He bugging, it's about to be a mess now.
But yeah, he used a Fantasia joint, and I mean, he kind of going in, and Cameron always had a nice flow. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, if I'm not mistaken, Dame Dash had dropped off a freestyle diss. I don't know who it was necessarily aimed at the Breakfast Club. I don't think it was him, but it was somebody else, like one of his artists or what have you, right? Which I don't know if you want to be signed under Dame in today's time, you know?
Hop about the bad shit, I gotta get dressed now.
Hey, whoever edited this joint is actually kind of nice because he using the samples and using her words in the play. I mean, he got a great producer, man. I feel like even though the beat's already done, but you still got to be able to, you got to get your flow right up on this and then edit it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Owe me money, man, it been about you know that I'm can't flash the money on the gram, man.
Tell me what it means.
This nigga softer than a
pillow.
I started shooting that.
Homie made a music video and everything, yo. Wow.
Then the nigga crashed to a stop.
I don't even think Cameron's actually being serious on this freestyle. Like, I'm not saying he not speaking facts, but I don't even think he actually really trying to rap. It looked like it honestly just sounded like he just joking and having fun. You know what I mean?
And you better not talk fly. You never know I wouldn't wanna be.
Salutes to Fantasia, dog. She was the one who won like American Idol. She won American Idol, I think. Yeah, salutes to Fantasia.
Zip him up, we gon' put him in a big bag. Pull to his crib, cause a nigga did bag. Insert the clip. Mother opened up the door and she say he
Yeah, they sampled the joint. I'm gonna say this, you can tell it's not like a real I mean, it's a freestyle, but you can tell they didn't really try to put too much let's make this album worthy type of song. You know what I'm saying? So not to diss the song, but I mean, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And he knows that. I think the reason Cameron know he didn't have to worry about making a freestyle like this and not really going in because he knows that, let's just keep it 100, nobody ain't gonna want to hear it. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I mean, I think it's been proven that Dame Dash is not the rap guy. So, I mean, if he was to drop a song, we're not going to take Dame Dash song serious. Even if it is somewhat decent, we're not going to really take it seriously. It's kind of like when certain artists like Benzino drops a song and we're like, dog, that one your strong part. You know what I mean? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
To do 9 mil on the waist,
Just
22
saying.
in the shoe. Should I kidnap his baby or maybe his baby boo? I wonder, do he know war?
Do you have a clue?
This nigga softer than a
Yellow
drive-bys out the Chevrolet.
window.
Now he looking for a
Sign.
and I'm the reason. I ain't got time. If a nigga owe me one dime.
Yeah, I mean, he got something. He kind of just vibing out. I don't think he really trying to go in, but I mean, it was worth a listen for sure, man. I'm gonna play the last few seconds of this joint, and then we're gonna wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through. As always, definitely smash that like button and sub up.
I wouldn't wanna be you. And you better not talk fly. You never know I wouldn't wanna.
I mean, my thing with this, with it being like a little like jabs, the reason it ain't one of those I can take it like a serious like quote unquote diss song is because it's just Fantasia is too soft. And I'm not saying that's not a diss, but I'm saying like when I think of diss songs, I'm thinking you gotta have that right beat. You know what I'm saying? That right beat. He even did a little video, so he took time out of his day to do the joint. So salutes to that. Let me go ahead and put myself back on the main screen and get ready to wrap things up here for the night. Definitely, this was a good one, man. Let me put myself back on the main screen. Boom. You guys should see myself back on the main screen. Let's go and wrap things up for the night. We pretty much talk Dame Dash hit Cameron or threatened to hit him with a $300 million lawsuit. We talked the Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash, and of course, kind of his beef with kind of Dame Dash or with Cameron, and Cameron giving his thoughts. We listened to his pretty much, I guess you can say, freestyle "When I See You" type of thing, which seems like it came across as a diss. We kind of answered some of the questions that at least kind of discovered some of the answers that the Breakfast Club discovered in the interview they did with Dame Dash that went viral. And then pretty much we also talked Little Durk's murder for hire case. We did an update on that as well. I'm hoping Dame now, man. Yes, nothing but great things and positive energy for Dame, man, because he's still one of the guys and one of the GOATs, if you ask me, as far as like when it comes to not necessarily making music, but when I can say like, I guess you can say like hip hop moguls, he definitely should be seen in a bigger light than what he is right now, in my opinion. So I say all this to say that at the end of the day, I'm gonna still give him his credit where credit is due. I always question what the hell he do, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, you don't make that amount of money by mistake. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much that. And we talk Little Durk's murder for hire. Looks like the case has been pushed back till next year, in which I wouldn't be surprised if we get pushed back again. But other than that, man, appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. As always, appreciate y'all for supporting the kid for starting a little later than normal. Y'all definitely smash that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know this is Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel, sign up for that Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Well, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Smash that like button and sub up, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. Yeah. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart